Well, I got some pictures. People can see.
Yeah, that was Pittsburgh. Was this past year?
Yeah. What's it like competing like against these women?
Oh, they're all great. I mean, they're awesome women. I have nothing bad to say about anybody. Um, they they all put in the work. They put in just as much work as I do, and they deserve their placing when they get the call outs. But I've only had good experiences with bodybuilding.
Yeah, I heard they're gonna have the Master Olympia in 2025.
I don't know. I don't know when the next one is. I would think that they would have
Is her husband?
would continue. It would be next year, but um, it was a good experience overall. I'm very blessed that I got selected. So I have no complaints there.
Yeah,
I'm able to check it.
and yeah, yeah. You have some nice pictures.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. Not go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm just
No,
like I said, just I
no,
just
but
get a little excited.
some of those pictures were from Romania, so that's where I was this probably about a month ago, and so that's where the Olympia was being held. So I'd never been to Romania, and um, one my luggage got lost, and
Mm,
I had frozen food that I had placed in that luggage, and so I had to run around Romania trying to figure out how to find some food for me, and I didn't have a kitchen type setup. The hotel was nice enough to put a microwave and a refrigerator in my room, but the food's very different there. So even the meat tastes different. Everything tastes different. So
yeah.
I was trying to make my food in a microwave, and it just didn't taste very good. Just eating it, just to eat it. Um,
Yeah, is it like since you've been like competing 18 years, like is it like do you find it at times I'm sure you do, but like what's the frustrations that you go through like with the traveling and getting your hair done and the like these like the bikinis like they cost a lot of money.
Yeah. Just my, I'm blessed to be sponsored by Rick and GNC in San Antonio, and so they help with some of the expenses. And everybody that I work with, I'm pretty loyal in that sense that pretty much stay with them. Like GNC's been with me for 15 years. The gal that makes my suits in San Antonio, her name is Margaret Koo. Her last name, maybe I'm probably not saying it right, but it's Koo. She has been doing my suits for as long as I can remember, probably about the same amount of time. Um, and she always, I know that she can charge me more, but she gives me a good price on my suits. And she does, I mean, we come up with a design and put them all together. And so they're not, you know, just off the rack. They're actually made from scratch.
You share with other bodybuilders, what?
Oh, yeah. I've referred a lot of people to her, and a lot of people use her. And some people that are not even in San Antonio, she'll, you just send them with the measurements, and she makes the suit. And if there's anything that doesn't fit right, you just FedEx it to her at no cost, and she'll fix it and send it back.
Yeah, that's cool. I seen another picture of you with Michelle Brent, and I know she makes jewelry and stuff like that.
Gosh, and this is the first year that I used her because I've been using the same jewelry over and over again. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna try something new. So I asked her about hers, and I through Instagram we talked, and I circled the ones I wanted, and she sent them to me. So I got to wear her stuff.
Yeah. Always George Page. Do she feel that Masters shows should be Olympia qualification since there is no point system?
The one that the person that won the Masters Olympia, she got to go to the Olympia. She's going to it in November. So the person that wins Masters Olympia actually goes to the one that they're holding, I believe in what, Florida or in Las Vegas, because she gets to go to that one, but only the winner.
Okay. He said Rashina Boswell.
Yeah. I, no, I don't think it was her that won the Masters Olympia, but she gets to go. And there was another gal that already had qualified for it, but even though she went to the Masters Olympia, she already qualified for the other Olympia.
Yeah. What? How do you see bodybuilding like now? Like when you started and now and at the present.
Um, I was just doing it for fun when I started. And I really didn't even think about becoming pro or anything. My coach, it was more of, he didn't have an IFBB pro under his belt. So I was his first one. And now he has probably 20 under his belt because he duplicated the process. So I was basically his guinea pig. But yeah, and when I became a pro, I think everybody around me was more excited than I was because I really didn't really sink in what it was. But since then, it's helped me with what I do and with my Kaiser Medical Management. It's helped me help other people that are in the fitness realm or wanting to lose weight or gain muscle. It's helped me just name recognition, I guess.
Okay. Did your clients that you train did they became bodybuilders or anything like that or just
Yeah, quite a few of them only wanted came to me to lose weight, and next thing you know, they're on stage. And so
oh, okay.
I mean, I'm talking. There's a couple of them that are in their late 60s that are. I mean, they look gorgeous. They're in bikini division, and they're up there starting their stuff, and they look great.
Yeah, I noticed that, bodybuilding kind of like save people lives but I noticed that it can be dangerous too at the same time.
Yeah,
So
I mean, lately I've been hearing so many deaths, and so it's kind of
yeah,
sad. I don't know what's going on with some of the people or what they're doing or what they're taking, but um,
right.
yeah, I don't know the whole story there, but I can only imagine that it's not what they should be doing.
Yeah.
Pretty sad to hear though.
Yeah. Like what do you like what kind of changes you go through prep and stuff?
What kind of what?
Like prep, like changes, like do like like what like how do you deal with prep? That's what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, really, other people have probably a longer prep and a harder prep than I normally do. Um, because I only stay 10 pounds heavier than stage weight, where other women I know, they're 30, 50, 60 pounds heavier than they normally are off season. And I fluctuate about 10 pounds from stage. And that's it. I mean, people always think I'm already like ready to get on stage usually half the time. And I'm like, no, I just need to tweak my diet and the fluff comes off and I'm stage ready. That's pretty much it.
Okay. All right. Like in terms of the other divisions, like how do you see like because some people say that wellness, they starting to look the same as physique and physique looking the same as bodybuilding.
Yeah,
How do you see that?
I agree. And what really probably the most frustrating thing for me and for some of my fellow competitors that all the back talk that goes on, and you don't want to piss off any judges or anything, but probably one of the things that are probably the most frustrating is that they give you a criteria criteria to go by, and saying, we don't want any styrations, we don't want this, we don't want that. But then the winner has all that. So, you know, why do you, why do you, why does the winner win if you don't want that? And so that's pretty frustrating. And so I think there years ago I did a show in Dallas, and it was during that time. I don't know if you remember when they were trying to eliminate women bodybuilders. I don't know if you remember that. They were
I
trying to
think
get that category out of there. And
2013 or something like that,
around,
2015.
around, it was around that time frame. So all the women bodybuilders, guess where they went? They started coming into the women's physique division. Well, that completely messed up the women's physique division, because the women bodybuilders were winning women's physique, and they look like bodybuilders. So the look of women's physique changed because of of that the whole thing that happened there. And so I don't want to be any bigger than I am. I don't want to. I'm in no. One of the best compliments somebody ever gives me is to tell me that I still look feminine, but I have a nice physique. That's the best compliment I could give. I would never want to get to a point where I my face looks different or hard, or that, I just don't look feminine. And at least some women are getting to the point where they're pushing the numbers on that, and I don't believe in doing that. I don't need to do this. I just enjoy doing it. So I would never allow myself to get to that point.
I remember there was this program, I don't know you familiar with, in Living Color, and this Jim Carrey, he did like a impersonation of a female bodybuilder,
Oh yeah,
and yeah, you remember that one?
yeah, I do.
And he was like, like his voice sounded rough, and he grabbing guys and stuff like that. And so that's where they get the stigma, like that stigma is there with female bodybuilders. So it's kind of like you know it it. It's I don't know how to say it, like, but it's real masculine. That's what I'm
Yeah,
trying to say.
and I agree with you. I don't think. I think if somebody, like, for example, if I was a judge and I have this thing that I'm supposed to, I need to go by this criteria for this division, and somebody comes into the division, it would be no different than a bikini girl coming into the women's physique division and winning. It would be like, what, So if she doesn't match the criteria, she could, if she wants to be a part of the show, then go at it. You could be on stage, but as a judge, I should not even look at you, because you do not meet, what it states what the division is. I can't stop you from being on stage, but I, as a judge, need to stop even looking at you or considering you, because you don't meet the criteria. So that's
Yeah.
needs to happen. And as long as they keep not doing that, then the girls are gonna keep pushing the buttons, and try and get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, which is not the healthy or better way of doing it. And that's not my cup of tea. I don't plan to get bigger than this. And if it comes to that point again, I don't need to do this.
Who in your mind is like a good physique competitor?
A women's physique? Oh gosh, I've always, I've always, at first I liked Dana LaBailey. She always had a good back. She doesn't have the legs, but she has the back, and so I admire her for that. And then when Juliana came around, I adored her. I mean, she's right at the, right there. She has a little bit of everything. She has the figure, she has the women's physique, she has a bodybuilding, and she has a wellness. She incorporates every single women's division all in one body, and she has a beautiful physique. And so I really, really like her look. So I would probably say Juliana.
Okay. Okay, all the rage George Page 2013 was when Arnold pushed female bodybuilding out of his shows
Yep.
and now kicked out physique and figure.
Yep.
And then he says Venus de Milo. I don't know. The other one he said Ivy Rain. I think it goes back to